Hi, I'm here with Sally Kellerman, and I'd like to go back to one of, I guess it is your first film role. Is it? We were just talking about Reform Schoolgirl and how I collect vintage movie posters and how the poster's so striking. So I was just interested in thinking if that's your first role.
Was I on the poster? I don't think so.
You were not on the poster, but just out of interest sake, what was your experience on that type of classic exploitation picture?
Well, let me just say that when I went to the screening of, I think, as it must have been my first movie, when I came on the show, and it was Reform Schoolgirl, so it was a very serious picture. So I came on the screen carrying tools in the prison, and everybody laughed in the audience, and it wasn't supposed to be funny. I was just carrying the tools, and somehow that was the big laugh.
So you thought, oh, this isn't good. This is the end of my career, but in the end, it was just the beginning.
It was just the beginning.
Now we can't. We have to go right to Hot Lips, of course. The Oscar nom, and maybe just for those people, obviously, 99.9% of the world will never be nominated for an Oscar. Tell us what goes through your mind when something like that happens, and then sitting there and dealing with all the pressure and weird things that come along with it.
Oh, it was so great. Because I was sitting in dailies, which I never went to dailies. I did my first picture, TV thing, my big break was in Outer Limits. And Joe Stefano said, come see the dailies. I got in the car. I drove 150 miles an hour up to Vic Morrow's dressing room on the set of Combat, sobbing. I'm not only ugly, I'm untalented, you know. It was so horrible to see. So then when Bob Altman, when I did the movie MASH, he had everybody go to dailies. Come on, we're all going to dailies, you know. And after work, he'd smoke a joint and have a drink, a cocktail, and we'd all go to, I didn't have the cocktail, but we'd go to dailies. And so one day or night during the dailies, on came one of my scenes, and Bob said in the dark, you know you're going to be nominated for an Academy Award for this, don't you? And I went, oh no, I'm not. Secretly going, oh, I hope I am. Do you think I could possibly be, you know? And sure enough, I was. Helen Hayes won for Airport that year, you know. But I was thrilled to be nominated.
And is there more stress knowing that you haven't won, or are you just disappointed that you haven't won, or are you like, oh, at least I don't have to go through that speech?
No, I had my speech ready for the last 100 years, you know, and so I was disappointed not to give my speech. But Bob Altman just tapped me on the shoulder. He was sitting behind me. He said, they're voting for a different war this year. Yeah. You know, so sweet. So it didn't matter, because there I was with Bob, who I love so much, and the director, Robert Altman, you know, and I was young, and, you know, it was all so exciting.
And what was it?
I got to sing. They let me sing because Quincy Jones was the musical director, and he knew that I was a singer. And so my ex-husband said, tell him you sing. I said, well, I sing, and sure enough, I got to sing on that part of it with Petula Clark. I can't think of the Latin actor. Oh, he was so wonderful. Ricardo Montalban, I think, and Petula Clark and myself, and we all sang part of the song.
And Petula Clark's still going strong. I think she's touring over in Europe.
Is she? Yeah, I bet she is, yeah.
Now, perhaps just a quick comment on what it was like to work with a great director like Robert Altman.
It was heavenly. That was absolutely great. He made it so much fun and no pressure. First day I'm looking in the mirror with Hot Lips, you know, my hair skinned back, and I was mad, you know, and everything like that. And Joanne Flug was another actress in the picture, and she had a scarf and lashes and everything like that. And I was thinking, I'm so ugly and everything, you know. And he walks by and says, just walks by the back of me and says, if you worry about what you look like, you're fired. You know, he knew exactly what I was thinking, you know, working with him. Is that what you asked me?
Yeah. Now let's go with someone completely different, but equally as talented, let's say, Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, that was another whole thing. Anyway, so Bob Altman was great to work with. You know, he made it all fun and effortless and no worries. And Rodney Dangerfield was swell. You know, the director said, Rodney, plant your feet and speak. because he'd always been a comic. And I love to brag about myself in this. I got the credit for, the director said that I helped make Rodney human, you know, and he was human, but I mean, he was always such a bump, you know,
Yeah, of
and
course.
so I guess, and because I loved him in the movie, he was my boyfriend, you
Yeah.
know. So.
Interesting. And maybe just to conclude, again, just one film, one movie that has influenced you or stuck with you through the years that's really, not necessarily something that you've made, just a film that you've seen and you go back and watch several times because it's just such a great film.
You give me too much confidence. I don't know if I can remember anything. I've loved so many movies and so many actors and so many actresses, and I don't know that I can think of one that...
Is there a particular actress or actor that you've always followed that you just, like a Veronica Lake or a Humphrey Bogart, or is there someone that's always just stuck with you?
Marlon Brando.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, my age and my seeing him in Viva Zapata in junior high, that was it for me.
So that's him. He's the one and only.
He was the one, yeah.
What a great actor. Well, thank you so much for doing this. This was great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.